Okay. Okay. Barty Rick. Um, Barty Rick. I do have a Twitter. Yes. Mar Oblivion 12. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Okay. Okay, I gotta go ahead. Let's see here. Give me a sec. Let me go ahead and put my Twitter link in the chat. How are you doing? How are you all doing today? There we go. Tanya. Man, long time no see, Tanya. Okay, so you're 10. Okay, so Mar Oblivion 12 is 10 now. Oh, that's awesome. Congrats on being 10. Man, I still remember the days of me being 10. And yeah, Tanya, I haven't seen you in forever, man. Oh, I was saying that I remember what it was like to be 10 years old. But this person named More Oblivion 12 says that he is 10 now. And okay, and also to Barty Rick, I did in fact put my Twitter link in the chat. So if anyone wants to, talk to me on Twitter and whatnot, it's there in the chat. And I sing the Halo theme. Oh, Halo theme for the win. Okay. Okay, I'll go ahead and check out your friend's Twitter. Can you give me your Twitter? I mean, can you give me your friend's Twitter account, or not exactly account, but can you please give me the link or the person's name so I can look up their Twitter? Okay, and while I wait on Barty Rick's reply to give me his friend's Twitter name. So while I wait upon that, welcome everybody. Welcome back to Final Fantasy 14. Yeet yeet. skirt, yeet, yeet, re. We're all about the re here. That's the link. Barney Rick, I am not seeing the link. I can only assume that YouTube has a thing when it comes to spam, that they think that links are spam. Because I'm not seeing the link unless I go to here. Yeah, okay, I'm looking at live chat. There is no link. If you can give me your friend's Twitter name, I'll go ahead and just look him up. Okay. Alright, let's see. The quest is called Master Louis Swan's Finest Student. Also, Mario, do you have Roblox? I do in fact have a Roblox account. It is just I tried to get into Roblox, I couldn't. Andy G Man. Long time no see, Andy. I haven't seen you in I don't know how many months or years. All right, but before we begin the stream, I gave my word to Buddy Rick that he asked me to check out his friend's Twitter, and so I was like, okay, I will. Since I gave him his word, since I gave him my word, so let's go ahead and check out his Twitter. Okay, Twitter name, let's see. I guess this is him. I guess this is him. LOL, yeah. That is so true, Andy. I think this is the person. Look at his media. Oh, nice drift. Okay. That's him. He posts some cool pictures. I stream. More Oblivion 12 streams on Twitch. Oh, that's awesome. How's Twitch treating you? Alright, let's see. Copy this scene. Yeah, let's go ahead and copy this. Copy that. And put you into a notepad. So I can give credit to people. There we go. I'll update the description of the stream when the stream is done. Alright. But yeah, that was a sweet drift. Alright. Alright. Glad you looked his pics, man. you're welcome. Okay. Alright, now on to the game. Okay, once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Make way. Pray make your way there. I will send word to Ishlata and the others of our imminent return. Thank you very much, Party Rick. Hey there, Yagiri. Okay, my person's a samurai, and she is a ninja. Ninjas and samurais good together. So, you are gonna be my waifu. Yeah, she's definitely gonna be my Final Fantasy 14 waifu. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, head to the Rising Stones, I forgot. Okay. Oh, that's a nice mount. Twould seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Yep. Behind the griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary, Ilberd. I know not how, but he had possession of the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. Hey there, Yishlata. 5 to 12. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's ether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I am certain Papalima was aware. Thus did the people follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as yet been unable to explain how Ilberd came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the sea and clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected Aether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Then mayhap it was the work of an Asian. But now's not the time for idle speculations. Kryl, I need your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean into some measure of insight. Cocaine vibing with your friends. Yeah, we're all about vibes. Oh, she said she was 12. Okay, so you're okay. Like a baka. Okay, if I remember correctly, baka means idiot in Japanese. So Oni-Chang. Ah. What, without so much as by your leave? Pray forgive the Archon Yeshlata, her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of the will to act. A desire to comfort Ida, doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with a grievous loss in mine own way. Yeah, Irangier has lost his girlfriend. What the freaking Ascian killed her. And I shall honor our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exist writings which may further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalima's sacrifice. Yeah, that's true. And how's it going, Dream? Welcome to the stream. Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilber's accursed creation without delay. What time we have purchased was too dear a price for us to squander it. Okay, an obvious solution. Okay. Ah, Marla, I wish we have more to tell you. But the situation in the East Shrouds remains largely unchanged. Meaning we still have no idea how long it'll be before. The communication from the Alliance. One moment. Yes, of course, the representatives will be present, my thanks. Word from Gridania, the council will shortly be reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the primal, of course, and as of Yeshlata's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall unchanged. Yes, but the Elder Seatseer doubtless shares our concerns about how long it'll remain so. I am told that Sid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to the proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds have working on this, the better. I suggest that we leave the Rising Stones in Tataru's capable hands. We make haste for the Lotus Stand. Well, Dream, I decided that I will start a new game on Satisfactory because I entirely effed up my factory. Things are going smoother than things got effed up. Hey there, big guy.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place, it is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay, Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Oh man, you don't want to make a samurai angry. Yeah, I could tell by the way that he looks, the way he dresses, and the way he has a sword. He is a samurai.
Eh? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
Ah! A plain response at last. and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
This guy's awesome.
Though, it would perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order.
He's hungry.
Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Okay, more Oblivion 12. I'll take a look into your TikTok as soon as I can. Alright. Well, I am in a safe place. Let's see what Dream is trying to say. It just pulls me there. Okay. Okay, what we got here? Okay, let's go Satisfactory. After this game, it just pulls you in. Okay. Okay, give me a moment. Okay, there it is. Okay. Okay, I shall call you father. If you have a problem, you will die. Call me whatever then. There we go. Welcome, Warrior of Light. This way, if you please.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
Basic political speak, but okay. Father, where is my vodka? Father, where is my vodka? You drank the last bottle. We're in Russia. Where is the... I need vodka.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
Yep. That's not good.
So we must assume that Ilberd's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Yep. The Imperials are possibly going to use that as a way of saying that the Aors of the Alliance made a move against the Empire, and thus have a reason to invade.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
Jeez! That is similar to if a U.S. destroyer. A U.S. destroyer went on over to some area that has some kind of disturbance in the water, or disturbance in the air, or disturbances in that part of the earth. It would be destroyed by something like the Bermuda Triangle. Perhaps even worse.
Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
Oh, goody. So we could be dealing with another big motherfudging dragon.
We could face another calamity.
Yep.
So the primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Cheese. Swiss.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Cheese. Yeah. I can really imagine. Maro, I shouted you out on my TikTok. Oh, thank you very much.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Nero, you motherfudger.
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated. Who is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me.
May I be a mod father? I will give vodka.
Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
I'm sorry, More Oblivion 12, but I cannot give you mod. There is already enough mods as it is.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend.
Oh, and Epip, this is not More Oblivion 12 is not More Oblivion 12 is not Rob Walker.
As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega. Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanal since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it. I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
Oh, Nero, you are, you did not just say that to the people that killed the motherfucking thing. Rob is Mr. 23 names, yeah.
And as luck would have it, I'm graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame? Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I feel so insignificant with only one name. Yeah, can you, it's like, I feel insignificant myself. Like, at the Romans, back in the times of the Roman Empire, had some awesome names. And, let's see, More Oblivion 12 says, I live in Australia. Oh, that's awesome. Vegemite for everyone down there.
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
Yeah, that's true. The moon that was once there was actually a prison for Bahamut. They freaking used Bahamut as a way to make energy. So yeah.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
Yeah, he makes a convincing case.
He makes me grind my teeth is what he does. But I suppose we don't have much of a choice. Would the council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Everything in Australia can kill me in 12 different ways. Everything in Australia can kill me in 25 different ways.
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartenow and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Science, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartenow being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
Yes! Waifu!
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Alright, well that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council and the meeting in the first place. Okay, do we have... Okay, need to head down my inventory. I mean, I got a lot of stuff. Okay. Sid and the others are assembling on the airship landing. Ellie's saying it's already there, but it would be too far behind. Let us be off. Okay. Okay, where is this? Ah, gotta love the sound of crafting. Ah, down below. Okay, I'm Alpha Node, ready to go. There are others that stepped out in the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, the thought of the man poking about in the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alpha Node. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are. There they are now. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set a course or cart? No. My name accidentally was our departure slightly. I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak. And I would fear that their latest observations here we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your... Alice is savage. Yeah, Alice, keep Nero in his place. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such a time as you have finished procrastinating. Alright, well, Alpha Node speaks with his colleagues. I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordana. And we can reconvene at the Rising Stone. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Yashlata and the others forthwith and join you as soon as I'm able. Tomorrow, pray and accompany Alice back to the Rising Stones. I feel safer knowing that you are present to entertain our guests. And if Nero tries anything, I'll kill him. Right, everyone heading to Modana is welcome to aboard the Excelsior. Clear things with the girl at the counter there. Let her know when you're ready to leave. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, you're traveling Master Garland. The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. Yes, please. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't hardly land here in Toll's main square. I shall adjourn at the Rising Stone then. Okay, we're gonna go this way.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight.
Yeah, that's up with you, you motherfucker Garlean. Oh yeah, Guardians can't do magic. That's why they had to. They had to. It's like in order for them to fight, they practically had to use technology to fight. So yeah. And that means, yeah, Magic Tech is a tank.
It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Mister, we have working electricity.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in Magitech innovation.
No, but nobody insults the home when the Tyro's around. Yeah, get her, Queenie. Get him, Queenie.
Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Basically, it's Final Fantasy XIV's version of Keurig. Basically, the Final Fantasy XIV version of a Keurig or a coffee machine. Perhaps even a stove.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Good gods, that voice could fell a gigas.
Fudge, yeah, that's right.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger.
Okay, Moro, can you put in my link? Sure, let me check. Your TikTok link? Okay, let me see. Let's see, what is TikTok name? Let me take a look. Ah, there it is. Alright. Copy the link, and let's see. And paste you over here. There we go. I'll update the description when the stream's over.
I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
She's a ninja. That's why.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly, but now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
Yeah.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
Fudge, yeah!
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
Nope. F the Empire. We'll kill them all.
The Empire? You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Fudge, yeah! No, that is what I'm fudging talking about. The big guy wants blood. But not just any blood. The blood of those who invaded their land. Yeah, go get him, big guy. Yeah! Mara, could I speak with you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you meet in the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? Once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only had this a moment after the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. You can try it on right now if you like. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, looking nice. Fudge, yeah. Fudge, yeah. The pompadour hair, and the white jacket, and the black pants, and those platform shoes. Yeah. Remember that platform shoes? Yeah. Saturday Night Fever. Against the Empire. I also sewed it in a blood pearl charm. You know, bring you home. Me'd always protect you. Fudge, yeah, I look sick. We're definitely gonna change that. Definitely want to change my hair. Definitely want to change my person's hair to go along with the other stuff. Okay, let's see. I think, yeah, okay, we're gonna need to head back. Okay, let's go ahead and change. Okay, so we need to find a hotel room. Okay, is there an inn? Not an inn. Let's see. Let's see, is there an innkeeper somewhere around here? What the fudge? Yo! Okay, that's cool. Get into the Halloween spirit, are we? Where? Okay, so I guess there's no inn room here. Okay. Let's see. It looks like we're going to head to... Alright, before we head back to Modana... let's see. We're gonna have to take a trip back to Limsa Laminsa real quick. Need to change our threads. Okay, there it is, over here. And the drowning wench. Wrong person. The innkeeper. Here we go. Retired to an inn room. Okay, here we go. Glamour dresser. Oh, great. I do not possess any glamour prisms. Oh, great. I absolutely forgot that it requires glamour prisms. Oh, well, looks like I'm not going to be changing my clothes for the occasion. Sorry, Tataru. You made me some awesome clothing, but it's just I don't have any glamour prisms. And I don't think there's a market board over here in order for me to buy some glamour prisms. Yeah, I don't think there is a market board around here. Okay, you don't want to give me... purveyor of prisms. You're not the one I could buy the glamour prisms for. Okay, is it you, the independent merchant? As we purchase items. No. Purchase tools? Nope. Alright. Then we're gonna have to see, screw it. I'm gonna have to get those, gotta get those glamour prisms later. And we're definitely gonna eat the Empire. Fly free, my pretty. So we have to wake Omega up. When do we start? You know, are you sure that's... I am sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well. I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alpha Node and Mayhap. You could return to Gridania and assist the Stola in Cryo. A fine suggestion. And the rest of us will form the Cardinal Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, While Marugita and our Doman friends take care of security. Oh, trust me, I'm always about security. Yeah. My pompadour hair radiates security. The Excelsior is by the lake outside of town. We will leave as soon as everyone's ready. Okay. We haven't got far to go. With any luck, we'll be at Cardinal before Kogetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we best be on our guard, given that Elene Royale was still active when Omega was discovered. We will be certain that the Empire has long since aware of its existence, and if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by the new Primal, I suppose a Garlemald might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're in for a flying into fight. Alright, sure. The Enterprise is coming down for a landing.
Now, where was that?
He knows how to turn on the on button.
Enable the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task.
Oh, you... Okay. Mario Oblivion 12 says, I am... ...
But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
You are an attack helicopter. That is awesome. Well, I'm a tank.
Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right there.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
All the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
Yep, that's right. He's dealing with a warrior of light and a samurai. You're a nuke? Well, I am a hydrogen bomb. Mario Oblivion 31. Yes! Yes! Oh, you're a tactical nuke. Okay, so, I am a supersonic nuke, which there is a such thing.
You watching, Papalimo? all over now.
Oh, it's Dunkar. Oh, hello there, Dunkar.
Your defense is lacking.
Look upon a samurai of Donna.
This one'll sting.
Come on. There we go.
No retreat. No surrender.
That's it. Come on. Okay. Man, you imperial motherfuckers.
No holding back.
An opening.
With soul and steel.
Come on, big guy. Surrendered. We have you outnumbered. But quality beats quantity. The 300 Spartans at Theropoli managed to do that. There was about, let's see here, in Theropoli there was once like about 250,000 Persians crossing the, I forgot what it was called, the Goat Trail I think it was called. But 300 Spartans just been there like saying, "Hot, it's hot, Persians. There's 300 of us and there's only 250,000 of you. I consider those even odds." And how are you doing, Dunkar? I am a rocket full of Russian kids with knives who play Squid Game for fun. What in the world is Squid Game? Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Nope, it's not gonna happen. I love machines that can go boom. Especially tanks. And that's awesome, Dunkar. Yeah. I really don't know what Squid Game is. I've heard about it, but I don't know about it. The Honorless Curse think to abandon his men. I shall see that he share their fate. Oh man! Gogetsu is angry at that guy abandoning his men. Yeah, kill him, Gogetsu. Just kill him. Just pwn him. While we deal with everyone else in our awesome tank.
It's all over now.
Come on.
Your defense is lacking.
Let's see.
'Tis my right to strike.
Okay. Yes! Love the tank!
No holding back.
I stayed up the entire night watching you.
Leave this to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about time zone differences. In Alakis, I'm hoping that you get plenty of sleep though. I know for a fact that a lack of sleep would. Yes! Okay. Uh-oh.
No retreat. No surrender.
Okay, let's try this. Yes! I love the tank!
Upon a samurai
dog peanut bust nut. Yes! That's fudging right, boys.
Your defense is lacking.
We got a tank.
It's my right to strike.
No holding back.
Come on, big boys.
Leave this to me.
Yeah, come on.
With soul and steel.
Uh-oh.
You watching, Pabalino?
Oh, shnikes, that was close. Whoa. Alright, we did it. I have a rare condition where I only need 1 to 3 hours to sleep, so I'll be alright. Okay, so you're doing the Da Vinci. Okay, so you're doing the Da Vinci sleep. Yeah, you're doing the Da Vinci sleep schedule.
An opening.
Oops.
I have you.
This one'll sting.
No retreat. No surrender.
You get out of there. Uh-oh. Out of there. Okay, that was definitely close.
Look upon a samurai of Dama.
It's all over now.
Your defense
Okay,
is
come on.
It's my right to strike.
Got him. Thanks for keeping me up. I'm watching the sunrise. It's beautiful. Yeah, it is.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Some lock that is.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's War. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Well, what do you think?
What do I think? All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yep.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, if you have messy handwriting, you're actually smart because your brain is processing the words so fast you can't keep up. Then if that is the case, then yeah, many people many people in my life, including my family, thinks that my handwriting is atrocious. Like, it's messy. That's a big button.
Gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
Fudge, yeah! Acting like a mad scientist.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Okay. It's scientifically proven. Oh, awesome. Okay. Okay, now we're talking. Yes! Dragon versus machine! Okay, that is a dragon. Jeez! What the crap, man? Summoning tidal waves? Okay. Omega is like, is that the best you can do? I'm fudging Omega. I am a machine. That is not, it is more resistant to water. This is sick, yes it is. Jeez! Yeah, that's right, man. Don't, that's right, little guy. F him up. Yes! Uh-oh. Yeah, if I know, yep, it's Hyper Beam. It's mother freaking Hyper Beam. He's using a Pokemon move. Oh man, like he's also doing his own hyper beam. Man, so many snaps, so many pictures to take for the thumbnail. Okay. That was sick. Kind of reminds me of that Dragon Ball Z fight with Goku versus Vegeta. Omega's Goku. Whew. Just make your face the thumbnail. Yeah, I'm gonna be like a typical YouTuber who uses his. I'm possibly gonna be making up the most stereotypical YouTuber thumbnail. It's gonna be me doing. Or. It's lagging? The stream's lagging? Oh, the stream seems fine.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Now Papa.
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken,
Then Papalimo is no longer around. Which sucks. He was a cool LFL. I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. One moment everything was functioning perfectly, and the next it wasn't. Makes no sense. We need to see what happens for ourselves, and soon. He who continues the attack orchestration in Imperial will. Okay. There we go. The far edge of fate. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards Coon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. See with my own eyes. You know, wait, we must. The Elder Seed Seer is expecting us. We're not Alpha Node. Kugetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Gigiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there is eager to hear your testimony. Okay. Oh yeah, because I'm inside a town, I can't freaking mount up in here. Oh, the kitty! Oh, the fat cat! That is the cutest cat ever. What the fudge? A cat standing up on two legs and have leaf wings. Oh, that is too cute. What the fudge? Okay, let's see. Conjurer's Guild. Eldest Seed Seer waits you within. Okay. My friends, I fold eagerly we have awaited for your return. If you indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we think you've seen it done. You are too kind, Elder Seedseer. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in awakening Omega Eye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly thereafter it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. That words could do justice to such a scene. None of my choosing. That is much certain. Okay, Admiral. Okay, Igiri would be my second waifu, but the Admiral will always be my number one. Okay, the cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Girabania. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would rent asunder by the force of its blows. And it wielded such magics as I have never seen and hope to never see again. The battle raged on and no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, the pair fall motionless from the sky. Coming to the rest coming to rest somewhere in Alamegan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eyes it seems that each other landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could only think of Bahamut, when looking upon the primal's form, the Domans were hard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembled the creature of the Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. At last we have no eyes in Garabania side of the border. Which is why we sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarpon, which is his son, to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border, and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I wager that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engage Omega's stasis system, so even if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, it'll be no use to them. Perhaps a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their effort, it would have taken them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they manage it at all. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet this relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the resistance representatives in Garabania. Though Ilberd has forced our hand, it would seem the only logical to seek an alliance given the inevitability of imperial retaliation. And by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from the Garlemald's grasp. Okay. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily believe that we retired directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we had to make a small detour. Yashlada and the others have gathered at Emeric's Spire, and I imagine that you would too become what has become of the wall now that the cocoon is gone. It is decided to lead on. Luckily, this chicken can fly. Down below. Hey there, Yashlada. How's it going? I'm only one here? Really? The chat, okay, did my webcam freeze again? Not exactly freeze, but you get the idea. Yeah, there's only 2 viewers. I wonder who's the other one. Okay.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
Okay, now it says there's 3 viewers.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon.
a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by a mega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all.
Oh, there are roly-polies and ant lions and grounded now. Okay, roly-polies, those are cool. But ant lions, hopefully they're not the predatory ant lions. That is closely similar to the class of the, I think it was the Amazonian fire ant, or it could have been the Peruvian fire ant. All I know, they're fire ants.
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Yeah, but Papalimo is now at peace.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Okay.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old.
Which is 5 years old.
My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric.
Oh yeah, what is this now? Game of Thrones? He was one of the leaders that helped out. What was that guy's name? King Borderon? King Baldarian or something like that for Game of Thrones. From the Mad King Theradius, I think it was named. Okay, so we're dealing with we're dealing with a Mad King, possibly. Okay. An ant lion eats ants. It's not an ant, but they burrow underground. Ah, okay. So it's an anteater of sorts.
I fought alongside him. She was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again.
Okay, so basically,
I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian.
okay, so basically what this is that I can only suspect that the father, I'm surprised that the father would say to the people saying, F you, I have already been through enough war. But nope, I can only assume out of sense of duty, that her father was like saying, I have to fight.
That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
Yeah, she fought like a Spartan. Why did you ever tell me?
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role.
Okay.
Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
Yeah! Ready to pound some Imperials there. It was brave at least to remove her mask after so long. Though she had scarce begun to terms of Papalimo's loss, that one act made her plain determination to move forward. And should she falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Let's return to the Rising Stones. We have quite the story to tell to Tyro and my sister. Yeah, eventually we saw freaking Goku and Frieza do their thing. Oh man, that was it for Heavensward. Now on to Stormblood. Man, Heavensward was something. Like, I can only guess that maybe, just maybe, this is my inner Trekkie talking, that Heavensward may have been inspired by one way or another to Star Trek First Contact. Or even Star Trek in general. I definitely got some Star Trek vibes from playing this game. I know it doesn't make sense, but since a lot of you may not be interested in Star Trek, I know a lot of people out there are interested in playing, watching things like Star Wars, but I'm more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars person. I mean, and the idea that it actually shows, like, people having revenge and knowing what to do with it. Do you just let it go? Or will you just be consumed with vengeance? Nidhogg was one of those kind of people. Like, he saw with his own eyes that humans betrayed the pact of the dragons. And by killing Ratatoskar, which is the brood sister of Nidhogg and Heraus Valgor, it thus started a 1,000-year war that Nidhogg waged against Ishgard for what they did. Nidhogg was consumed by rage and vengeance for 1,000 years. I can only imagine if anyone like that is in real life, who could possibly be going for vengeance for 50 to 60 years. When it's like, we know against injustice for the wrongdoings of one person. That the person would end up taking things into their own hands. Man, that's a scary thought that anyone would have to go through. Potentially, if one of your friends has a heart full of vengeance, how would you do that? There could possibly be no reasoning when it comes to people like that. Like, would you beat up your own friend in order for them to see or hear reason? Or would you potentially kill your own friend as a way to put him or her out of their misery, so they can truly find peace again? Yeah, that's right, Epip. And I hope that I'm hoping that myself, or perhaps even any of you out there, would never go through a thing like that. ant lions are freaking badass insects. Fudge, yeah. He may have mentioned, but Alpha Node has surprised me. Of all that came to pass in Gridania, your only task is now to rest. This is to come before the storm. Stormblood. Okay. Lise has chosen her path, and as her friends, we must do whatever we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Garabania, we have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy after all, ignoring the plight of those whom might conceivably save is not wisdom but indolence. Correct? For one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire, as I rather suspect you do. Fudge, yeah. Yes! Yes, that's right! Yes! Quickly march, the Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready for their retribution. No Facebook, TikTok, or InstaWit for me, thanks. It's almost time, Father. I almost stand firm, Pippin. I have learned to brace myself against the charge of the bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Fudge, yeah, Pippin for the win. That is one tough motherfudger. Ralbon is like, fudge, yeah. It's time to take back my home. Very well, Ilberd. I will take our homeland back. For both of us. Fudge, yeah. Fudge, yeah, Ralbon. Let's fudge them all up. I just do white tea so I can put music up. Fudge, yeah, Epip. My Lord Viceroy. Our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports Balasar's wall has fallen to Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for the Omega and the unknown icon continues, though both yet elude us, my lord. Their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake to take necessary reconstruction work? Uh-oh. Forgive me, my lord. I do not intend. Your will be done. Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be the most interesting. I guess that's the face beneath the mask, okay? At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to the eastern skies in crimson hue. A dawn of liberation gathering, a gathering storm of blood. Beyond the Great Wall.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Okay.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
Fudge, yeah.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Yep, just as usual.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
Yeah, fudge them
It
up.
serves to demarcate imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Yeah, that's right.
And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea.
Fudge, yeah.
However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
Makes sense.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
Yeah, Lys must have been like saying, oh, come on. And then when Alpha Node explains the situation, she's like, yeah, that makes more sense. It's Alamigan lands. If they were to march into Alamigan lands without permission, that would be considered an invasion. So, yeah, it's better to make sure you secure permissions from those that are in the land, so you'll be able to tread in there without much of a worry, not having, like, arrows around you.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Ego much?
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
Yep, just point me to my target and I'll kill him.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well. I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things.
Tataru.
I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Okay. Okay, I thought that person was waving at me for a moment. In the right, okay. There you are, mister.
Ready, my friend?
Yep.
Well then, Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better, Tataru. Because this is made out of stone. So it should still be, so it should be fine.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
Makes sense, you got battles in Doma.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
But yeah.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
But yeah.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much.
1,000 miles apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success, shall we then? Wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, can you come with me? Me? What now? Alright then, if you insist. Ah! Hey there! Hey! What do you think? As you can see, I decided to be light and loose. An outfit tailor-made to be made of a skilled fighter like Lise. Your work never ceases to impress, much more than this, and I may have to stop introducing you as science receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely to tell her to thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. I'm glad you like it. Now with delay, safe travels. Then onwards to Girabani first out. We'll be at Averick Spire in the East Shroud. Yeah, the freaking Lise looks like a biker chick. Oh man, I forgot to get the cute polar bear mount. Fudge, I gotta have to wait till next year. Down there. All are present and accounted for. When you're ready, my friend, I pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed into Girabania. The Science of the Seventh Dawn. We are told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Let's go.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more.
That's right, we went through the wall.
The warrior of light among us.
Through the wall. Through the wall.
Cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Stormblood. Alright, we're here. Yeah, baby, we're here on the fudging at the side of the fudging wall. Build that wall. Build the wall. Matter of fact, wreck the wall. Alright, Raban. Greetings, Science. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrium Orient. Thank you, General. We are relieved to hear that your forces have secured a wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None, save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols. We barely any contact with them, but we all know that it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Balsar's wall wasn't enough, Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep. And Garlemald is not like to let such shows of defiance go unanswered. Towards a declaration of war, even if it's not Ilberd's to make, we are bound by it for weal or woe. The Science stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you to serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. I'll leave it to you. Godspeed. Of all the Castra in the world, you walk into mine. Sid, I am serious. She's too young for you. A certain missing elegant weapon and draconic primal Omega and Shinryu. I think the shinobi called it. Anyway, we have been studying the trail of destruction. Hopefully it will lead us somewhere, and it has singularly failed to do so. Then 'tis like Omega fell into the earth and occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged the stasis system. Assuming command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them, assuming we should hurry up and find it regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press into Garabania, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. Okay, Lise. Let's go. As you probably have heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I am taking us to the one with the most influence. The headquarters is located in a place called Rauger's Reach, an old temple to the east of here, across the Veladonia River. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me, and we'll be there before you know it. Liberty Gate. Alright, you fledgling Imperials. Mario the American is coming to liberate your land. Which I am kidding when I say that. It's just based upon the meme. Still with me? Good. From here, we'll head northeast towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. And she had to mention swimming to Alpha Node. Fudging bee? I don't see any soldiers around. Good. Let's cross. You're wondering about the tower to the south. It's a part of Castellum Veladonia. That was the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see the rotten banner absolutely moms away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, that's gonna be my bridge. Yeah, you Imperial motherfudgers, I will take that bridge. As a warrior of light, it is definitely my duty to take that bridge. And I'll name it Mario's Sexy Bridge. Where everyone who goes into the bridge, when everybody tries to cross the bridge, they'll instantly turn sexy. That's gonna be my thing. Okay. Okay. Let's get going. We are here on the other side of this pass is Ralber's Reach. So you say, but all I see is rocks. I presume there's some sort of trick to this? Indeed, a glamour. Aye, good eye, Y'shtola. Y'shtola can't see. I take it that they have a talented mage in their ranks, or perhaps an artificer trained in modification of glamour prisms. Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. But before we go in, I don't know if the tyrant told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came to the Rising Stone, is a member of this faction. So they know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they could be a bit jumpy, so let me lead the way. And, don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. And a sprinkle of demasking dust, and all is laid bare.
I remember the old stories. How the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft
Ralger
with a single blow. Ralger's Reach, a holy place, and a fitting home for the resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, Men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
You'll forgive us for our precautions, but we have to make sure. But we couldn't be sure who had crossed the barrier. We see now that, for who you are, the signs of Seventh Dawn. The promise of a new beginning. Now that I know that you would not have come all this way unless you had something important to discuss, I'm eager to see what you have to say. But let us not do this on our doorstep. Come with me. Yeah, we're civilized people. We do not discuss things in our front door. Okay.
Allow me to welcome you once more to Rauga's Reach, our humble headquarters. My name is Conrad Kemp, and I have the dubious honor of overseeing operations here.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Master Kemp. I am Alphino Leveilleur, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, as are my comrades. Before I speak of our purpose here, pray allow me to thank you for sheltering Ida, forgive me, Lys, and Papalimo at great risk to yourselves.
No, there's no need for that. They risked their necks for us enough times. 'Twas the least we could do.
I wanted to, about the mask and...
Don't fret over that. You're not the first person to take up arms against the Empire under a false name. We'd do the same if we had any sense. My condolences for your loss, John.
Papalimo laid down his life to save us, to give us a chance to make a better future for ourselves. There will never be a better time to drive the Garleans from our lands. But we have to take the lead on this. We can't leave it to fanatics like Ilberd.
More than a few of our people were taken in by his promises. Followed him all the way to the wall. Good men and women who never came back. When Monago told us what had happened, how the bastard had made sacrifices of them for his twisted ritual, by Rolger, it filled me with an unholy fury. But what's done is done. Best we can do now is see that it wasn't all in vain.
Yep.
That is why we are here today, sir, to see that some good comes of this tragedy. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, we do hereby extend a formal offer of military assistance to the Alamegan resistance.
He rhymed.
Well, go on then. I'm sure there's more to it than that. So that's the way of it, eh? The Alliance, hoping to avoid a direct confrontation with the superior forces of the Empire, wishes to engage them by proxy with our vastly inferior ones. My comrades and I must confer on your proposal. A moment, if you please.
Of course, Master Kemp. Take all the time you require.
Okay. Hopefully we'll be able to get the permission that we can start bashing some Imperial heads in. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Oh, that looks so awesome. Oh, that looks awesome. I kinda love that headpiece. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Whoa, what the? Whoa. Yo, I love that. Okay, that is awesome. Okay, what's the other one? Okay, it's just the same thing as the other one, but in a different color. I like that. But I guess I would understand if a samurai were to have such heavy armor, it would only weigh him or her down. So I'd definitely go for this. Okay. So it would seem we find ourselves in a surgery of free time. Forgive me, you are free to look around Ralgar's Reach. In fact, I would encourage you to do so, to give a better grasp of our current circumstances. Thank you, Master Kemp. I believe it will do just that. Let us make the most of this opportunity and assess its resistance capabilities. Feel free to poke our noses whenever we will, eh? I like the sound of that. Well, I already know this place inside out. I can show you around if you like, Morrow. Lise, are you trying to flirt with me? Man, I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm hoping that Lise does not flirt with me. At least just not yet. Just due to the fact that it's just right now, the Admiral is the person I'm simping for. I bet you think the Resistance is mostly made out of Alamegan Highlanders, like me. But the truth is, we don't even account for half. We've got Hell's Guard from all the way over by the spine in here, and plenty of Seekers of the Sun like Nago. And there's even some Beastmen, and, well, Beast Woman. I suppose, like that one over there. She is an Amana. They've been with us for a while now. Well, some of the smaller factions have. The rest won't have anything to do with us. We're no different than Guardians to them. They keep to themselves, spending all their time crafting. Trust me, I love to craft. I would craft all day. And Amata makes the most amazing jewelry, by the way. They use magics to twist the metals and crystals into shapes you wouldn't believe. It is a pity people hardly ever get to see their work. But then most people don't even know they exist. And that's enough about them. Anyways, let's take a closer look at the statue of Ralgar. Well, alright everybody, it looks like this is going to be it for today's live stream. I'm hoping that you all have enjoyed yourselves. And I hope to see you all again next time. Let's see. Oh yeah, I usually take Sundays and Mondays off. But now, yeah, I usually take Sundays and Mondays off because sometimes life gets to me sometimes. As I would be able to get to